We'll call the meeting to order. This is the City Council meeting for December 18, 2023. Let's start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God bless America. We need it.
Okay. Next item is the roll call.
Yes. Council members Snow,
Here.
Wozniak,
Here.
Hughes, absent. Wilms, absent. Fowler
Here.
and Hanschel,
Here.
Thank
and the
you.
mayor's here.
The next subject is citizen input.
There were no names that were signed up tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. And that also will cover council member reply. Next item is action on the minutes of the regular meeting of November 20, 2023.
Move they be approved.
Second.
That was Mr. Snow and Mr. Wozniak. A roll call.
Yes. Council members Hughes is absent. Wozniak.
Yes.
Wilms is absent. Fowler.
Yes.
Hanschel.
Yes.
Snow.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion carried 4-0.
4-0.
Next item is October 2023 financial report. We have the financials have been given the city council and they're available on our website if anyone would like to study them. They were very positive. Property tax revenues compared to last year were up 11.9%. City sales tax up 5.3%. County sales tax up 12%. And on the expense side, the operating expenditures were 10.4% below budget, and that's $1.6 million. So we seem to have things well in hand. And I noticed that taxes are, as the year goes along, are getting a little better. They're increased even a little more over last year. So that's encouraging. So that was the October 23 financial report. And now we can go into new business. The first item is a resolution adopting a city budget for the city of Bella Vista for the calendar year 2024, appropriating money for each item of expenditure and for other purposes. So this is the budget. We've had a special work session to discuss it, and of course discussed it at the work session last week. Anybody have any comments? Or?
We have evaluated it pretty closely, so I would move that it be approved.
Well, I need to give some comments first. We had a session a couple weeks ago.
Hang on, Mayor, there's a motion on the floor.
Okay.
Mr. Snow made a motion.
Yeah, we can have a second
and you
discuss it.
What are you talking about?
Second.
Get into.
Okay, so that was Mr. Snow and Mr. Hanschel.
Okay, you can have further debate.
Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
No, there's not really any debate. We thoroughly went through the budget a couple weeks ago on a Monday night during a special session. And we spent probably, it was over 2 hours, probably 2.5 hours. And I think it's a very responsible budget. I think it's I think the revenue projection is probably a little less than what we're going to experience in 2024, which I think is a good thing. The operating budget, it basically pretty much matches what the projected revenue is going to be for 2024. And, so that's a good thing. We're not exceeding that. So I said, I think John did a really good job, or I should say Mayor Flynn and Kim, in putting the budget together. The only watch out, I think, is moving forward. We have a pretty healthy capital expense budget outlay in 2024, and then moving forward for the next 4 years. And while our revenue is strong this year, has been strong over the last couple of years, it's due to a couple things. First of all, the internet sales tax that was passed by the Arkansas State Legislature has been very, very beneficial to our cities and our counties, both. So that was really a good thing for us. And then, of course, we received the COVID relief funds, is what I want to call them. They may have a different name whenever they were passed by Congress. But we took that money and we appropriated it, I think, almost wholly to our police salaries a couple of years ago. So the money we would have spent on our police salaries actually rolled over into what's called unassigned funds or restricted funds. But over the next couple of years, gosh, I think, and without looking at, I don't want to go to my budget worksheet, but we have about, what is it, Mayor? 20 million in projected capital fund expenditures. And right now, our unassigned funds that we have in the bank, when you take out the 25% that we're supposed to keep as emergency funds, is around $12 million. So next year, we have a capital outlay of $11 million. If we would spend all of that, then we're going to only have like a $1 million left, in our unassigned funds. And then we have about 18 million projected over the next 4 years. Year over year, since I've been on council, especially the last 3 or 4 years, our revenue projection has come in about at least $1 million over what the city had projected it was going to. And I think that's going to continue next year. So that's a good thing. Matter of fact, as the mayor mentioned a few minutes ago, right now we're $2.24 million ahead of what our projected revenue was going to be for 2023. So that's really healthy. We'll bank that. And he mentioned that we're $1.6 million behind what we thought our expenditures were going to be. So we're really healthy to the good this year, about $4 million. However, some of that more $4 million will be spent against our capital outlay that we had for 2023. So we're actually running a little bit behind in that regard, which is not a bad thing. But I think the watch out moving forward is, are we going to generate the revenue moving forward that we need to cover our capital outlays? And I think that the mayor is working with Kim to kind of figure some of that stuff out. Like we have, $5.5 million we're going to spend against the fire station remodel, that rather than spending that out of our unassigned funds, that we may finance that over time, which will save us some money and really help us out. So a really great budget right now. I think we're really good looking at this year, looking at next year. But we really need to keep our eye in the future, down the road. And I'm sure Mayor Flynn's going to do that, very responsible, as Kim is. So anyway, I didn't have anything to challenge on the budget at all. I think it's very respectable, and I'm certainly going to vote to approve it.
Okay, thank you. Any more comments? Or everybody's all set to go? Yeah, I just thought I'd mention, for the sake of the citizens, you can see the budget on our website and study the details at your leisure if you'd like. So I guess we're ready for a roll call vote.
Yes, Councilmember Snow.
Yes.
Hughes is absent. Wozniak.
Yes.
Wilms absent. Fowler.
Yes.
And Hanschel.
Yes.
Motion carried 4-0. The next item is a resolution authorizing budgetary funding transfers between departments in the 2023 annual city budget. And this is a housekeeping item in case the legalities are that you can't spend more than you said you were going to in your budget. And if one department's slightly over, if another department's under, you can transfer funds between departments. I don't know if that'll be necessary, but we always pass this resolution just to make sure we have it covered at the end of the year. So any more commentary about it?
Motion to approve.
Second.
It was Mr. Wozniak and Mr. Hanschel. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Snow.
Yes.
Hughes absent. Wozniak.
Yes.
Wilms absent. Fowler
Yes.
and Hanschel.
Yes.
Motion carried 4-0. Next item is a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a contract with Axon Enterprise, Inc. through a NASPO cooperative purchasing agreement in the total amount of $784,747.81 for the purchase of body cameras and associated equipment and services for the police department. And this actually, as council's seen, is split up, so it's $157,000 or so a year for 5 years. Adds up to $784, and this is for cameras on the police cars and also body cams. It would be the first time that we had body cams in Bella Vista. And is there any more discussion about it?
Excuse me, move that it be approved.
Second?
It was Mr. Snow and Mr. Wozniak. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Snow,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
and Hanschel.
Yes.
Motion carried 4-0. The next item is a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a 10th amended annual animal services contract for animal sheltering services with Bella Vista Animal Shelter, Inc. And this is an amendment for 2024. It increases the amount the city pays each month from $5,000 to $5,250 a month. So that's a 5% increase. And the amount we pay per dog and per cat each year remains the same. Any discussion?
It's a bargain.
Yep. Motion to approve.
Second?
That was Mr. Fowler and Mr. Wozniak. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Snow,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Hanschel.
Yes.
Motion carried 4-0. Next item is a resolution establishing residential and commercial rates for solid waste trash collection in the city. And this is an amendment to the existing agreement for 2024. Our original agreement with Republic Services was for a 10-year period, ended in 2022. Then there's a 5-year option to renew, so right now we're in that, and that carries through to the end of 2027. And there's another 5-year option to renew after that if everyone is so inclined. But the change in the trash rates for individuals went from $15.96 to $16.60 per month. And that's a 4.01% increase. It's based on the CPI for trash and waste collection, water trash and waste collection, I think is the subgroup it falls under, and also a matter of negotiation. And the commercial rates, which has quite a few different categories, they also went up. They went up a little bit more. They went up around 5%. So, is there any discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
That was Mr. Wozniak and Mr. Snow. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Fowler,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Snow,
Yes.
and Wozniak.
Yes.
Motion carried 4-0. I have a few announcements. The next city council work session would be 5:30 p.m. Tuesday, January 16, here at the Bella Vista District Court. Next city council regular meeting is Monday at 6:30 p.m., January 22, at the Bella Vista District Court. Planning Commission work session was canceled for this month. Planning Commission regular meeting is 4:30 p.m. Monday, January 8th at the Bella Vista District Court. And the Board of Construction Appeals is 3 p.m. Tuesday, January 9, if necessary, at Fire Station Number 4 Conference Room, and that's at 1639 Forest Hills Boulevard. So if there's nothing else, that'll be it, and we'll be adjourned. I hope everyone has a nice Christmas and a pleasant New Year.